Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope that you are doing well and that you had a great holiday and that you've got a good holiday season coming up and everything like that. Today I am bringing you, as you could probably tell from the title, my 500 subscribers Q&A from YouTube, from my BookTube subscribers. I'm going to do two different videos, one for my Instagram and then one for BookTube, because there were so many amazing questions and I didn't want to make the video like an hour long trying to answer all of the questions. And at the end of this video, I am going to announce the winner of the giveaway that I did. You could get a book up to $20 shipped to you from Book Outlet, and I'm super excited to announce that. So without further ado, let's get started. I printed them all out, but I will pop up the questions below. The first question is from Jen the Librarian. She says, what are you currently reading? I'm currently reading a lot of cozy mysteries, actually. Let me see. Hold on. I am currently reading Tangled Up in Brew. It is a beer cozy mystery by Joyce Trimmel. I got into the beer cozy mysteries when I read Death on Tap by Ellie Alexander, and Sean from Eclectic Reads and I actually buddy read the very first one. Her other question is there an author whose writing style you don't really get along with? I would probably have to say J.R. Tolkien or Anne Rice. I really can't do the page length descriptions of trees and rugs and things like that. And her last question is, what are some of your unpopular bookish opinions? Probably the fact that I don't like Anne Rice or the Lord of the Rings series. That's pretty unpopular because everybody loves those and I don't. So yes. Books and Jams says, what's a book you didn't expect to like but ended up loving? And that would probably have to be Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. It actually took Aaron a year and a half to get me to read the book. And actually I started reading it because it was suggested by a friend at work. And she really, really liked it. So I loved that book and I didn't expect that I was going to. Drift List Reader says, if you could be a book character, who would you be and why? I think that I would be, Kathleen. She's a librarian in the A Magical Cats mystery series. I always thought that if I wasn't going to be a teacher, I was going to be a librarian, and I think that her kitty cats are fun, and I really, really like the town that she lives in. Kath Elizabeth Reads says, what is your favorite book during your childhood? Probably any of the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen Adventures books. Those were pretty amazing. But I also really loved The Little Princess was one of my favorite books. My mom and dad would actually take turns reading it back and forth to my sister and I. Book Axe asks, I'd love to know whether your kids watch your BookTube channel and what do they think? Do they read your cozy mysteries? I know that a few of my students watch my channel and they'll leave comments and things like that. They mostly think that I'm a nerd, which I am, so I'll accept it. I don't think that they necessarily read any of my cozy mysteries, but if I ever have a YA book that I'm suggesting, they do pick up the YA books that I suggest. But other than that, I don't really think that they read what I say. I think they just like to see my face on the screen. Crescent Moon Reads asks, what character from a book do you most relate to? Probably, I know this is cliche, but Hermione. I was always considered the nerd, the do-gooder, and things like that in school, and I got sort of made fun of it for a lot of times because I was like, man, we probably shouldn't do this. And so I really related to her moral compass. Feather to Fly says, what got you into reading cozy mysteries? Actually, Jennifer Crucy actually got me into reading cozy mysteries. I loved her books, Welcome to Temptation and Faking It, and those are sort of romances with a mystery twist, and I wanted more of the mystery and less of the romance, so I just started going up and down the mystery aisle, and all of the punny titles just like shouted out at me, and so I couldn't not. I had to get into cozy mysteries. Lacey McPhail, a former student, asks her question is, what made you finally make a YouTube channel? Erin actually helped me finally make a YouTube channel. I had been watching YouTube, not necessarily booktube channels, but I was watching a lot of makeup channels and things like that, and I was like, you know what, I could do that, and I just sort of left it at that. And then Erin was like, no, honey, you really could do that. You should do that. You'd be great at it. And I was like, no one wants to see my face that much. And he's like, seriously, they'll want to look at your face. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll try. And, you know, not even 6 months later, I have over 500 subscribers, and I love each and every one of you, and it's so awesome. Ariel Grande asks, what book do you think has a unique story? Probably, I really like A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I'm not 100% done with it, but I really, really like the fact that there's multiple versions of the world, a red London, a black London, a white London. Like, I really, really like that and the twist of magic. I think that that's really cool. Fatima S. asks, which modern book do you enjoy that you think will become a classic in the future? That would probably have to be Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. I really think that it's fiction, but it also has a philosophical twist, and I think that it's such a underrated book, but I really feel like it will be a classic later. That's a really good question. Naya Crane asks, would you get rid of your cozy mysteries to get your all-time favorite cozy mystery? That's a tough question because my all-time favorite cozy mysteries change all the time. It depends on my mood. It depends on what's going on in my life at the time, what I'm addicted to. So I think that I don't think I would get rid of all of my cozies just to get my favorite cozies of all time because it's constantly change. Jashana says, what camera do you use? And if you use special lighting, what kind do you use? I actually just use my iPhone 7 to record. I don't have any special audio or anything like that. I do have these two box lights that I bought from Amazon. For both of them, it was only $50. So that's what I use. My editing software, I just used iMovie on my Mac. JD Estrada asks, what's the most damaged book you own? Well, he has a couple of questions. What's the most damaged book you own? And I think it would have to be the ones that my mom got me when I graduated high school, I believe. They are leather bound and they're hardback, and a lot of them are a lot older, like almost over 100 years old. And so they're sort of falling apart. Other than that, I'm really good with my books. They don't tend to fall apart because I don't even really break the spine. His next question is, do you listen to music while reading? Yes, I do. I like to listen to classical music or the Piano Guys on Pandora. Worst place to read? Probably anywhere where my family is, mostly because they constantly bug me and they think that it's fun to try and like annoy me. But I was known for going to a local pub in downtown Tulsa, and I would actually read and do my homework in the pub. So I can pretty much read through anything. Best book that saved a crappy situation. I would probably have to say the Janet Ivanovich series. When I was snowed into my apartment for over a week and a half, but I still had Wi-Fi and I still had electricity, I was able to read the first 11 books during that snowstorm. And if I hadn't have had that series to read through, I would have been really, really bummed. Libraries and Lattes asks, what is your favorite thing about being a booktuber? I really love all of the connections that I'm making with other people around the world, and I love buddy reading. If you guys ever want to buddy read with me, just message me on here or on my Instagram or on Twitter, and I am totally down to buddy read. Miriam Chapdelaine Doust? I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. She has quite a few questions. So what was your favorite book when you were a teenager? When I was a teenager, it was Harry Potter. What is the book or series that got you into cozy mysteries? That'll have to be Jennifer Crusoe. What cozy mystery book would you recommend to someone who's not a fan of the genre? Probably the Bake Shop Mysteries by Ellie Alexander or the Coffee House Mystery by Cleo Coyle. What is your favorite cozy mystery book or series of all time? See, it changes all the time, so I don't know. Like right now, I'm in love with Ellie Alexander, but at the beginning, like 6 months ago, I was in love with Cleo Coyle. So it really just depends on the moment. What is your favorite book in some, or books in some of the other genres? I really love Guilty Pleasures, which is the first in the Anita Blake series. I really love Sherilyn Kenyon. Let me see. Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. Oh, I love Monsters Incorporated by Ailey Martinez. He's fantastic. Tressie Hoofnagel. Have you always been an avid reader, or is it mostly an adult found passion? I've always been an avid reader since I was probably 8 or 9 when I started reading the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen mystery series. I absolutely have always loved reading. Now, how much I read throughout my life varies. Like right now, I read a lot. But when I was working on my undergrad and then when I was working on my graduate degree, I didn't get a lot of reading time in because I had too much work that I had to do. But I've always loved reading. Jay Clark asks, what book would you vacation in if you had a chance, and why? I would love to vacation in probably Harry Potter's world. I know, another cliche, but who wouldn't want to go to Diagon Alley? And who wouldn't want to go and watch the Triwizard tournament? Like, come on. I'm gonna do that, and that's what I'm sticking to. Hardback Haven asks, what is your favorite / least favorite part about being a booktuber? I've already said that my favorite is meeting everybody and having new friends. Probably my least favorite is when I don't have enough time to film. Life has gotten a lot more busy, and I feel horrible about having to pack my whole entire weekend of taking Instagram pictures, filming my booktube videos, editing them, and then I don't get a lot of time to just hang out with friends and to read. So that's probably my least favorite. It's just me needing to do better time management, honestly. So yeah. By the Brook asks, what is your favorite line or quote in a book? I really love the quote by Sherlock Holmes that says, crime is common, logic is rare. The fact that the human race doesn't necessarily go straight to logic, but they automatically form judgment is something that bothers me. And so I love the fact that that sort of hits on the point of where a lot of people think. Awesome Sauce asks, what is your favorite cozy mystery book you have ever read? Again, it changes. Right now, I really loved Death on Tap by Ellie Alexander. J Bruno 871 asks, what cozy mysteries would you recommend to someone just getting into the genre? Again, I would recommend A Bake Shop Mystery by Ellie Alexander. It's really light and easy. If you love coffee, I would suggest Cleo Coyle, but she does go deep into the process of the history of coffee. So if you don't like coffee, that's probably not going to interest you as much. Megan asks, what is your favorite childhood book? Again, it would probably have to be one of the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen ones. There's one in particular that I loved, but I can picture it, but I'll put a picture right here so that you guys can see it. Trish Polkinghome asks, what book would you recommend to a non-reader in hopes that they would discover a new love for reading? Whew, that's like a powerful, has to be a really powerful book. I'd have to really know the person to like try and figure out what they would love to read. If it's something light and easy, I would probably recommend Welcome to Temptation by Jennifer Crusie. If it's something like sci-fi, I would recommend The Martian. Oh my God, The Martian is so good. And if you haven't read Artemis, Artemis is really good. Think mystery / heist / like coming into your own person. It's a really good book. Trish also asked, what has been your least favorite book? That would probably have to Don't Look Down by Jennifer Crusie and Bob Mayer. I was really excited about that book, and then it sucked. Cassie Harris asks, what is your one favorite cozy mystery, or one least favorite that you have read so far, and why? There have been a couple on Kindle Unlimited that made me cringe-worthy. I couldn't read them. It was just not that good. There was a lot of plot holes and things like that. I'll put a picture of the first one right here for you because I can't remember the name, but that one was one of my least favorites that I've read. Amanda Lily asks, what's your all-time favorite cozy mystery series? Right now it's the Bake Shop Mystery Series by Ellie Alexander. Eliza in her books asks, what grade do you teach? Well, I originally taught 5th grade for 5 years, and then at the beginning of this school year, I started teaching 7th and 8th grade U.S. history and world geography. But then I got snagged by the digital team, and now I'm a digital learning specialist for my district. I teach teachers how to use technology in their classroom. So how to use extensions for Google, how to use the Chromebooks, how to use sort of like a Blackboard kind of system. And so that's what I do right now. Fierce Mommy Crafts asks, what is your favorite treat when snuggled up with a good book? I love hot tea or hot coffee and a cookie that Aaron makes from scratch. It's this chocolate chip cookie, but like the way that he makes it is amazing. Like, I'm not even joking. I have gained like 10 or 15 pounds since being with Aaron because we love eating together and trying new things, and it's just amazing. Kat Reads asks, if you could live in a book, what book would it be and why? I'm probably going to have to say I would love to live in one of the small towns in my cozy mysteries, like the Shakespeare town inside Ellie Alexander's. I would love to live in, oh goodness, any of the small towns. I love the small town feel, which it helps because I sort of live in a small town, Broken Arrow, in the suburb of Tulsa. The Average Girl's Guide to a Full Life asks, when it comes to book-to-movie adaptations, what makes the movie good or bad in your opinion, if you have read the book before? I really have to sort of take my opinion of the book and take my opinion of the movie adaptation and sort of separate them. Because I have certain expectations when it comes to a book, and then when I go and see the movie, I want the key elements to be there, the key character flaws and different things like that. But I also understand that the director and the actors are going to take the story that was written and form it into something of their own. So for example, I just saw Murder on the Orient Express, and there were a lot of things that they kept from the book into the new movie, but there were a lot of things that I was like, that totally did not happen. And it was just, I still loved the movie. I even cried at the end, but it was an adaptation of the book. There were many things that were different. And last but not least is Eclectic Reads. Sean asks, what got you into cozies? Was it the actual mystery or was it the punny titles? Okay, so I love the mystery element because I've always loved Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes and things like that. But if I'm to be honest, it's those punny titles. I mean, come on. How could you not love them? Like A Killing Notion, Deadly Patterns, and this is like a whole entire like sewing genre of cozy mysteries. Faux pas, Pause and Effect, Final Cat Call. It's cat mysteries, like Latte Trouble. It's just those get me, and then of course, the mystery just follows through after the cover and the title sort of just reel me in. So I bet you guys are wanting to know who is the winner of my giveaway. And the winner is actually Miriam Chapdelaine Doust. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. Congratulations, you win up to $20 of a book of your choice, and I will private message you and it will be on its way. So that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. I hope that you guys enjoyed me answering these questions. I really hope that you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I wouldn't be here without you guys. I wouldn't have made it to 500. I wouldn't have met so many amazing people. You guys warm my heart like every single day when I read your comments and we talk back and forth, and it's really like a family on here. And I hope that you feel like you can come to me and ask me questions and just be friends with me. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.